What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the weekly rotation series to talk about which fragrances I wore last week, and I get your opinion. What did you guys wear last week? I want to know in the comments down below. This week I was planning on releasing Atanchi, my fragrance brand. I wore it on Tuesday, so within the weekly rotation. I just want to touch on this briefly. For those who don't know, this is my brand I'm working on. I'm self-taught perfumer. I have been training myself, building formulas and all that kind of stuff. About to release my brand. I was supposed to do it this week, but just kind of a hard personal situation has come up, and this brand launch requires my full attention, and right now things are just really rocky, and so I'm doing my best to try to just make this season of my life just pass before I release my fragrances. I have 20 of them, so I am planning on releasing eventually. I just need this chapter kind of close so that I have a clear head, my full attention. Thank you everyone for being so supportive. I know a couple of you guys have been reaching out and asking, so thank you so much. But on to the weekly rotation. I want to know in the comments down below, what did you guys wear? So on Monday, I wore Desire Toxic. This is a little decant I have. And so I got this decant because I wasn't sure if I really wanted to pick up Desire Toxic by M. McCliff. And I tried out Desire Toxic, the extreme version, the intense version, excuse me. I tried it out at Antonio's studio from Real Men, Real Style. I was able to try it out there, and I loved it so much. It's a lot lighter. So I wanted to order a sample. I got the sample. I wore it on Monday, and the reason I'm wearing it is because I ordered the intense version, and I'm really looking forward to that coming in. It should be here in the next couple days, so I'm really excited about that. But Desire Toxic, it's a toxic fragrance. It's a toxic boyfriend fragrance. It's kind of sweet, clawing, obnoxious, douchebaggy. It's got a hemp note in there, which has always turned me off from it, but because I'm not a weed guy. No judgment at all. Like, I have people who do it around me, and I'm fine, I'm cool with it. I feel like this whole convo that I'm having right now sounds really judgmental, but no judgment here, none whatsoever. You could do whatever you'd like to do. No judgment from me. I don't look down on you for doing it. Not to say that you do it. I'm moving on. All right, so on Tuesday, I wore Atanchi Maelstrom, and that's kind of like a fruity version of Sauvage that I've kind of touted it as. So that's on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I wore one of my favorites. It was kind of a hotter day. It was a day where I kind of had to run out the door. So one of my favorite Invictus Parfum. It's like Invictus grown up. That's what I kind of touted as. It's kind of got a nice woody base to it with this soapy vibe, but it has the sweetness there too. If you like Invictus and you want to try something like a little bit more richer, this is great. It doesn't reinvent the wheel. It doesn't make it all of a sudden this masculine fragrance. It does like introduce a little bit more character into the Invictus DNA. And so this one is great if you're looking into getting the Invictus DNA. Highly recommended from me. It's a bit more pricey than usual, compared to the Invictus DNA. You can get a clone of, Invictus, like Hawas Ice. You can get those for pretty cheap comparative to something like this. So it's kind of up to you about like if you wanted to spend more for the name brand designer, or if you wanted to get a clone. You can't really go wrong with the DNA, but I really love this stuff. I tout it a lot, and I wear it a lot, and I'm trying to not use it up, but use a lot more of it for the summertime, because it is kind of cooling down here where I live, so I'm not gonna really be wearing it all that much in the winter. But in the winter time, it is appropriate to wear fresh and clean fragrances, because there's never a bad time to smell good. And like a blue fragrance, you just smell good. And there's no I don't think that there's any seasons for fresh and clean fragrances. I don't know, let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about fresh fragrances in the middle of winter, like a snow day and you're wearing Invictus? How do you feel about that? All right, then on Thursday, it was a run out the door kind of day again. And so I didn't really have time to look at my collection and see what I got and see what I haven't worn in a while. I should really try to map out my next week on Sunday. But I wore Vetiver Sensual. And I love this stuff. I tout about this stuff all the time. It's some amazing vetiver beautifulness. Sensual. The florals in here really kind of balance out the vetiver. This is not a necessarily like deep and rich vetiver kind of style. It's a lot more fresh and clean citrus, beautiful aromatic kind of style, and not necessarily like this rich dark. So if you're looking for like a vetiver fragrance that doesn't really like has like this intense vetiver kind of style, this isn't it. This is much more like fresh and clean, ozonic kind of qualities than vetiver. But the base in here is vetiver dominant. So you're gonna get a nice floral vetiver kind of smell, and it's magnificent. Peppery too in there, really good. All right, then on Friday I wore Dior Sausage Eau de Parfum. A friend gave this to me. Joe, if you're watching this, thank you. And I haven't worn Sauvage in a while, so when I was smelling it, I could really smell like heavy, heavy patchouli. This thing is dominant in a few different notes. And this probably doesn't interest a lot of people, but I'm just gonna say it. There is norlimbinol, and that is a amber wood kind of smell. It's very, potent, very volatile. And then clearwood patchouli, which is a clean style patchouli, heavy, heavy in this. And then amber extreme is really dominant in here as well. And then this peppery kind of vibe. And the pepper is like this elamine character, and also this like mix between like pink pepper, black pepper. I forget off the top of my head what the other, Sichuan pepper, I think it is. Anyway, yeah, it's a real big mix of all those, and those are really, really dominant in here. And because I haven't worn this in a while, so I was like, smelling it, and I was like, man, that's a heavy overdose of that stuff. Really good. I liked it. It lasted for a pretty long time too, so it was really good. All right, then today I'm wearing Galloway by Parfums de Marly. I'm recording this on Saturday just because I'm going through some difficulties. So this is Galloway from Parfums de Marly, and I recently picked this one up, and I've been spending a little bit of time with it. This is not like the best Parfums de Marly on the market, but man, this stuff smells so fresh, so clean. This is just perfect. The best way I could put this one is a white t-shirt, and the bottle is kind of good representation of that. It's like a white t-shirt, clean, musky, fresh, a little peppery, and then this like powdery character too. This nice white floral nuance in here as well. It's just like, it has quickly, so this would be probably my third favorite Parfums de Marly. I think Sedley is the top. Sedley is number one. Leighton is pretty high up there, but it's not my second. I think that Pegasus is my second favorite Parfums de Marly, and then this one, and then I think Cologne, and then Leighton. Because I don't know, this stuff is so fresh, it's clean, it's like a fabric softener kind of smelling, just beautifulness, easy to rock, and just a nice clean fragrance that you could just throw on. Stupid reach too. All right, then on Sunday I'm wearing EROS Energy. This is a really good fragrance. When I did my first impressions of this, I loved it. It's very citrus heavy. It's got this like bombastic smell to it. It's very natural too. I was like really kind of blown away with how natural this smells, like from the citruses and stuff. It's like super juicy, fresh, and it's got this like nice orange character, but this lemon and just mandarin orange. It's just fantastic. Really heavy citrus in here. It kind of smells like Creed Aventus in that same kind of ballpark. And you're probably wondering, why do we need another Creed Aventus clone? You're right. I totally agree with you. But I think that this one does it quite well, honestly. It's like a sportier version of Aventus in much more of a citrus way. And like, I love it. Really love it. They need to come out with the purple bottle next, I swear. Anyway, have you guys tried it? Let me know in the comments down below. But I want to know in your guys' weekly rotation, what did you guys wear? Anything stand out? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.